my name is Izzy and I made this button calendar where I sew one button for every day of this year. I'm going to be sharing all the tips and tricks on how to make this at home, so follow along. Everything you need for this is linked in my shop. My necessary materials include a sewing kit, muslin fabric, fabric markers, scissors, and buttons. I also created a step-by-step button calendar guide that includes pattern pieces and all the measurements you need. You can buy this on Etsy. Alright, now let's get into it. First, you want to print out your pattern pieces, add tape to connect them. When printing, make sure to print to actual size and not scale to fit. First, we want to take our muslin fabric and iron it out nicely. Then lay your pattern piece on the fabric and trace it. You can also put points on each corners and connect all the corners with a ruler for more straight lines if you prefer. Now you're going to want to replicate this 12 more times, cutting out 12 pieces of the piece A. This is for each of the 12 months. Go ahead and fold the edge in 1/2 centimeter and then another 1/2 for a rolled hem, and then stitch on the inside line. I'm using 3.5 for my stitch length and tension. Make sure you trim all your ends. With the seams facing out, that is the front cover, and then we have the inside calendar section. Measure and mark 1 centimeter in on the sides of your calendar and 1/2 centimeter on the bottom. The dimensions of the grid will be 12.5 centimeters by 18 centimeters. Mark 7 lines horizontally measuring 2.5 centimeters and 5 vertical lines measuring 2.57. Now it's time to start sewing. I like to start sewing the outside square first and then going in with the vertical and then the horizontal lines. A quick iron and all my markings are gone. Now it's time for the fun part. First, add the numbers to the bottom right corner. Then I do a little sketch before coloring in the month's title. Now that we have April's complete, you can see all the other pieces, and now we have to figure out how to connect them together. So the top of April will be connected to the back side of the button piece of March. Once you sew down those edges and align right above April, your button calendar is complete and you can customize it to your liking. If you guys choose to make a button calendar at home, please tag me. I would love to see it. I also do upcycles like this. So if these look like something you would like, check out my Depop at Isabel Studio. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and drop a like down below.